Well, hello, here we are again with another makeup video, and this one was for my birthday, which was just a few days ago on April the 30th. And what I did was just a blend of maroonish, burgundy, and pinks. Also some red that I end up transferring, or rather, not transferring, but blending all of the outer edges of the smoked out eye with later on. But here, as you can see, I'm showing you what I prepared my face with and what I did my eyebrows with, which was done pre-recording. And then I'm concealing, well, not concealing, I'm using this as my base or paint pot, and that's the NYX concealer. It is a concealer, but that's not what I mostly use it for. I use it to prepare my eyes for eyeshadows. And I always clean my brushes. I'm glad that this is on camera. In between each application, I always clean my brushes, and then of course I do a deep cleaning between each makeup application. But here, using a small e.l.f. Brush, I've taken LA Colors brown eyeliner, or it can also be a brow. It's what I did my brows with in this video. And using the pencil technique, I'm just mapping out the shape. Even though this is a smoked out look, there's a certain shape that I want, and so the pencil technique helps me to achieve that. And this is not so much a cut crease, but it still will, it's hard for me to describe. It's better if you're watching me do it. But anyways, that's what this is for. Usually you will notice I do this to do a cut crease, but it serves as a base for the darker colors on the outside, as well as a map of where I want the colors to be and the shape that I want the smoky eye to take. So if that makes any sense. And I'm using a very, very small e.l.f. brush to blend that out. And then here again. And I'll do this. This takes a good 5 minutes to complete and get it right. And then you'll notice that I also will take the Milk by NYX to do the same thing, but on the inner eye. And so taking a small palette here, this is by Profusion, and I'll put the name of the palette in the description box. I think it's a limited item anyways, but these are burnt oranges that I'm using as my transition shade. And as you can see, I'm also using a fluffy e.l.f. brush to apply these colors, and also to blend in the pencil in a little bit further so that it's non-detectable. And I don't have any lines anywhere. And then I take that with a pencil brush, also by e.l.f., under the eye. So there's going to be a lot of brightness around the dark at the end of the eyes. And then at the end of the eyes is a very, very dark burgundy, like maroonish colors. And then on the inner eye are pinks and very light gold on the inner eye. It's a very, very nice effect, and I really was very pleased with how it came out. But again, I'm in my bathroom where I have makeup lights, which are extremely bright and drain the actual colors. So in the picture, you can see the true result. But as I'm filming, for some reason, well, I'm guessing the lights, just drains these colors as I'm applying them. So this is really a lot darker in real life than what you're seeing right here, until you get to the pictures. And so I took that very light shimmery shade, it's like a white, and I highlighted my brow bone with that. And then with a Morphe fluffy brush, I am taking the pink that I just pointed at and going right under the burnt oranges and blending that into the color that I applied previously, which was the burnt oranges in that area. And taking that mostly just halfway into the eye to keep the inner part of my eye open. This is a smoky eye on hooded eyes, and that's the best way for me to do this. So As I say in every video, I don't just do this once. I will apply these colors for maximum effect, obviously, and for darkness about 3 times each color. So this takes me a little while to do. My eyes alone take about 15 minutes. And there with an e.l.f. Sea Brush, I'm applying the pink from the Wet n Wild palette. That's a matte pink over the pink from the Profusion palette. And this is going to make out for like a reddish shade, but I go over that with a darker red, which I didn't get filmed. So now using the Morphe palette, I'm going into the burgundy shade, starting with the lightest one. I blended 2 colors together, but they're both light shades, matte. And I pointed them out to you. They're like real light, wineish, like almost mauve wine type of colors. They're very, very pretty. And definitely can be used for daytime, you know, just a regular daytime look, because they're so light. But again, I go over this, and then I take a fluffy, clean brush, and I blend everything together, because this is a smoked out eye. So you want everything to blend really, really nicely and seamlessly. And with a very small pencil Morphe brush, I'm taking that the dark maroon colors, the wine and the burgundy, at the end of the eyes, and that's for depth, and also for what I call is drama. And that really shapes the eye, the dark colors at the end, and take that under the eye too. Now that's an e.l.f. pencil brush, and again I'm applying those colors about 3 times, and then taking a clean brush and blending everything together. You don't want any harsh lines in a smoky makeup look. So I continue to do that here with the same brush, and then go back, and you see I'm doing this a few times. Never mind the background that you see going on there. That's my husband running around. And then here, I'm going to get into the light colors. So I take the Jumbo Milk Crayon by NYX to use as my base, and then a concealer brush to blend that out. And I'm going to take a very, very light, shimmery, lilac-y shade from that Morphe palette and apply that on top of that. And I'm going to use a Morphe flat shader brush to apply. That sets the crayon as well. So even though you see me doing this so many times, still these colors are a lot darker in person, and they come out well in the pictures, but it looks a lot lighter here because there's so much lighting around me, and you can see the light like bouncing off of my face because I'm so close to it. And then I'm taking that pink again from the Wet n Wild palette and applying it into, you know, blending the colors together with that color. The maroonish shades with the lilac shade. And then under the eye, the pink. And then with a goldish shade, like I said, goes on the inner eye, and that's a very, very small flat shader brush by e.l.f. So going back into the palette, that's a really dark, it's like a cross between wine and burgundy. I think it's both together. It's extremely dark. And take that towards the outer half of the eye on the bottom with the flat shader brush. And then I'm going to go into the black and that dark brown on the bottom, and just at the very outer third on the bottom and the top, I use those colors. And that's going to give that maximum darkness at the end of the eye, the depth and definition that you need there. This actually reshapes your eye, it lifts them and makes them more elongated. So I love when I do smoky eyes to do them this way. That's an eyeliner by Sephora. It's waterproof and it's really inky black. So I love to use that for my waterline. And then right on the base of the lower lashes before going in with the gel. And this gel eyeliner is by e.l.f. So I've been using for quite some time, and there's still a lot of it. And that's just a regular paintbrush by Royal that I'm using to apply that. And then the other brush that I showed you is a black angled brush. It's an eyeliner brush. It can also be used on your brows to apply this gel, the eyeliner. I'm going to go over that also with a black liquid liner also by e.l.f. and that's just going to make it really nice and inky black and very solid looking so that it will show through when I have my lashes on. So when you have your lashes on and they're so long and black, you can't see all the eyeliner work. So that helps when you apply the liquid eyeliner. You know, it really stands out. And I'm taking a small eyeliner brush and just blending that just to soften it up so there's no ridges. And then here goes the inky. This is very inky. I'm impressed that this is an e.l.f. product. This is extremely inky black and it stays. And so you see I used 3 eyeliners, but the effect is worth it. And then there goes my lashes. I did that off camera. Those are by Ardell, and they're the Demi Wispies. And then this is a loose pigment, very hot pink, bright, almost reddish. In the middle of the eye, it's like a shimmer. And that's by LA Colors. And then to the face. And I'm priming with an e.l.f. primer, the white one that they have. I have all 3 of the shades, but this one here is the white one. And then with the Lumi Cushion, I've been using that foundation quite a bit lately. I do like that it's full coverage, and I was going out, so it was a good occasion to use it. And I put a couple of coats, and that there's a regular kabuki brush, and I use that for wet products. I have one for dry, one for wet. I've had it for a really long time. You have to keep it really clean when you have them for as long as I've had this one. And I bought that one at CVS. And this here is Bare Minerals. I do like to set my makeup with that, and because it really softens the face. That's the biggest reason why. And it sets. And so with a contour kit by Profusion and also a very small brown contouring kit that I am contouring that with an e.l.f. blush brush actually. And then it has a small little contour brush in there for smaller places, which I'm using on my nose. And then I'm going to go in the regular places, the side of my eyes where your sideburns are, and the jawline. And I'm going to go over that with the Profusion one. So I have like 2 different contour colors going here. And then it also has a highlight in there. So with an e.l.f. kabuki brush, and I use this one for my dry products. I'm using the highlight that's in that palette. I'm going to use another one too. And then it also obviously has a blush. So with the same brush, which I clean in between each application or each product that I use with a napkin, I'm using the blush. That's a very dark peachy shade. I'm going to go over that with that shade there. And that is also the shade that I blend all of my eyeshadow out with, and that got cut out of this video. I don't know how, but it gave it a real nice reddish effect on the outer edges, so it came out really nice. You can't see it here, but that's how I got it to look that way. It was with that product, the Artisan, and it's actually a blush, a very reddish, dark reddish color. And then here I'm going to highlight further, or strobe further, and I'm using the e.l.f. pearls to do that, and also the Pearl by Physicians Formula. So two different, and these are all dry products that I'm using. And then with my favorite concealing product by Hard Candy, I'm just wanting to lift, because I have big bags, just lift my circles using that. I'm not looking to highlight with it. It is a lot lighter than my regular foundation, but that's not what I used it for here. And then this is a Hard Candy lipstick. It's like a grayish black. I've been dying to have an occasion to wear it, and I had one. It's almost like a silvery black. And then I'm going to go over that with creamy lipstick by NYX. That's like a plummish, like a plummy pink, purple type of color. And it's this one here. It's very, very creamy, but it's also matte and it stays right over that. So it brought out a very, very nice color, and it matched with the eyes. And then with this reddish shade, that's really like a reddish, wine-ish type of color by Rimmel lip line. And guys, that is it. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.